So I was trying to describe to like a person that wasn't born when Nirvana came out, like what it was like to see like the video for Smells Like Teen Spirit, and this is back before social media. You know, I just said like Nirvana really, like they kind of ruined music for me because nothing has ever, it's like losing your virginity. Like, yeah, it's great, but you're always gonna remember that first time, and it's just there's nothing that can even compare. There's nothing that can even compare it, like it's made you jaded because there's nothing that I listen to, and I love NoFX, I like the Killers, I like the Beatles, but there's nothing that you listen to that you just are waiting for everything that they do next. There's no band that I'm like really scrounging through their B-sides and going, holy shit, did you hear this off the Lithium single? Did you hear this song, Been a Son, or Curmudgeon, or, Even in His Youth, or Oh the Guilt, or whatever. It just, it's hard to describe what they really did, in essence, ruin music, because there's just nothing. I don't know what's special about music anymore. There's nothing. There's nobody that I go, I can't wait for the next NoFX record. I can't wait for the next social. I mean, yeah, I'm happy that they're going to be putting one out, but I don't, it's not going to make me that excited. It's just hard to describe because music really sucked. Music sucked so bad then, like you had Skid Row, Poison, Motley Crue. It was just all like shit metal, you had like Ted Nugent's band, Damn Yankees, on the fucking airwaves, and it was like, all of a sudden there's this magical shit that like fucking like I just, it's hard to even put it into words, but it was like a bomb went off and nothing was ever the same after that. It was kind of like these people just showed you how silly and like morally bankrupt and culturally bankrupt we were as a society, because it just wasn't real. Like these fucking people weren't. These people were playing a role for you to go out Friday night and wear your jean jacket and fucking keep a comb in your pocket, or put a bandana on your fucking knee. And these guys came out, I mean, there's not even a way to really fucking. And then like I'm not a big Alice in Chains fan, I'm not a big Soundgarden fan, I'm not a big Pearl Jam fan. Pearl Jam's 10 was a good fucking record. I don't know what's happened to Pearl Jam since then, but it just was like a bomb went off, and the next day you woke up and things were just not the same ever again. And they ruined music for me, because nothing is special. It's depressing sometimes for me to listen to their music, because I just, it just makes me upset that he's even fucking gone. And, he's one of the very few, kind of like John Lennon, that had this magical shit that everything he touched, there's not a lot of artists out there, there's not a lot of artists out there. I can't even name one right now that everything he touched, that guy just was like, he had some kind of light or some kind of anointed whatever, that it was, it was more than magic. It just was destiny. That this kid from some little shit town in rural Washington, and Nirvana wasn't even a popular local band. Mudhoney was way more popular. Soundgarden, Nirvana were like the fucking little retards from some, ghetto ass town that people tolerated. And no one gave them a chance. And, after Bleach and Nevermind came out, man, I walked 3 miles in the snow to my friend Rob Janet's house, bought his guitar and his amplifier, didn't even have a volume knob, and I learned that whole record. And I would have never been a musician or picked up a guitar or wrote music and sang and any of that shit if it wasn't for Nirvana, And a lot of people don't know that Kurt Cobain was a huge Beatles fan, as am I. You know, I mean, it just them songs were just fucking incredible, man. And I liked Incesticide with Sliver, Aneurysm, the Vaseline songs they did, like Molly's Lips. That was awesome. I mean, they did everything from like almost metal to like sugar-coated, kind of aggressive pop. They did pop with distortion, and it wasn't pop punk, but it was like pop. Man, it's hard. It was like, it just was Nirvana, you know, and there's nothing else like it. Everything that guy did was in the newspaper, whether he dyed his hair fucking purple. I mean, the video for Come As You Are, no one had purple hair and played shitty guitars like that and was on Saturday Night Live and was destroying all their equipment like the fucking Who. And even my dad was like, oh, these guys suck, da-da-da-da. And he even said, you know, they got inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in their first shot. He was like, yeah, he was ahead of his time, that guy, you know. And it's a shame that somebody murdered him and took him away. I remember the day. I remember my stepmom saying, oh, I'm glad he killed himself. And our fucking relationship had never been the same since then. But he was just, you know, I sometimes think about starting a Nirvana cover band, but it's so hard to even, I don't want to imitate his voice. Not that I really feel like I could. I mean, I could play their music, but it just kind of makes me sad, you know, doing it. I was listening to, you know, I seen Nirvana in concert, and it was a fucking life-changing thing, you know. And I remember the day we walked down to, we did my friend's paper route. We were 16. They played at the UB Alumni Arena, and I remember the Meat Puppets played with them, and yada yada yada. And man, it was fucking, I can't even, I mean, they opened with Radio Friendly Unit Shifter, Drain You, and man, they just fucking, they sounded fucking incredible. They sounded incredible.